Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Persephone, a unique puzzle game where you use your body and death to complete puzzles as you progress through a story, and complete your puzzles. So the game has very simple controls, which for me as a puzzle gamer, I like really simplistic controls. I like the puzzles themselves to be more complex, and playing this game with just a D-pad or your analog stick is all you really need to do outside of the reset buttons. So like if I move forward here, I can hit B to restart the level. And if you fail a level enough times, you can hit Y and it'll show you a walkthrough how to do the level. So the unique take that Persephone brings to the game is you actually use death to find your way. So you can die and store up to 3 dead bodies on the level at a time. You'll hit these checkpoints, but as you hit checkpoints, you use your body to create pathways. And that becomes more and more relevant in the puzzles as you progress throughout the game, as they get increasingly harder and harder to play. So we'll showcase a little bit of these early puzzles, I'll show you a little bit of the later puzzles in the game, and then just kind of show. So as you can see, we've used 3 of our bodies to navigate to these buttons on the puzzles, but ultimately we'll never reach the end with just 3 lives. So it's trying to just navigate your way around the puzzles and then complete those courses to knock out those levels. One thing I really enjoy about the game is it introduces a lot of elemental aspects to the game, as well as just different takes on how to traverse and travel throughout your puzzles. And if you ultimately fail, you, like I said, you can hit this B button to reset, and then you can also fail enough times if we move and get it to trigger a reset here. This Y question mark button, you know, as you guys know from prior puzzle reviews that I've done, I'm not a big fan of when games tell you how to do it, but what I do like about Persephone is it doesn't give you the answer right away, where games like Friday the 13th and others, you could get the answer to the puzzles immediately. Persephone actually wants you to try it yourself first, and then you simply just hit the Y button and it shows you a sped up version to solve the puzzle. As well as it still gives you the opportunity to still try different ways of solving the puzzles. You can do them however you want. Now the game takes you through 5 chapters. Your first chapter you're going to play through is with Persephone, and then you'll have an alter ego that you get to play through an entire another chapter of levels as you progress throughout the game. And what's really cool is you encounter all kinds of different environmental obstacles and stuff such in the game. You know, for this one, for example, we have fire, so we'll use fire to start to progress the level, as well as you'll encounter situations that are, you know, things like stone and other stuff to get you through your levels. And then you have to time around these obstacles. So using the elemental abilities, either fire, stone, or when you're like pseudo possessed in this like ghost state, which I'll try to show a couple other levels and let you see just a little variety in the puzzles, it really brings and sets up a really fun and enjoyable game as you progress and play, as well as nothing's too like super complex from my experience playing the game. It's fun, it's challenging, and it's just unique in its own way as you get to, you know, ultimately just try to figure out what in the world is the best route to get you through the puzzles while failing as much as you need to. And you will fail probably a decent little bit at some of these puzzles, but nothing's too overly complex. Nothing's going to be the most frustrating experience in the world, and it's actually quite the enjoyable puzzle game as you try to continue to just figure out the best ways to complete the puzzles. Um, you know, and sometimes you have to do things that you wouldn't necessarily think about, like killing yourself here to cross this waterway by timing movement. And it's just really fun and enjoyable, as well as there's some sparks. Let me see if I can find one of the earlier stages to showcase this a little bit. Every level also introduces a pseudo bonus level. So if you look on the right section of the chapter, that little triangle indicates if you found and completed the bonus level. So you're looking for, let me see if I can find the one real quick to show you the bonus level for this chapter. There's no real indicator on the level select itself if it's a bonus chapter level. You just have to kind of know what to look for. We'll hop in and out of these a couple just until we find it, so I can show you really what you're looking for to find those bonus levels. Nope, not this one. Is it one of the later ones? Nope. All right, so here's the example. So if you're going through the different chapters, keep an eye out for any of the spots where you see that kind of little glowing cube. You need to figure out a pathway to actually unlock that specific cube. So in the case for this level, we're simply going to go put a stone onto this little pad here that doesn't normally show up, and then we can just walk in and we'll be teleported out to a bonus puzzle level where you ultimately just need to try to eliminate all the plants by pushing your stones, using your body as much as you can to try to knock out the levels. And it's really enjoyable, like, playing this game and like figuring out the unique ways to do the puzzles, as well as, I enjoy failing and succeeding at the same time, as probably anybody does when it comes to puzzle games. So, pseudo the way you enjoy the games, but I've actually really enjoyed my time so far with Persephone, and I will continue to try to master out the game, complete it, and get all the achievements while still just having a great time. And if you're looking ultimately for a good, fun puzzle game, I'm going to highly recommend checking out Persephone. It'll be out here on the 6th. The price the developers, like we said, told us was $7.30. My guess is maybe it's a conversion kind of pseudo question, so I would expect something to show up sometime around the $7 or $8 price range. But as far as a review for the game, this game is really enjoyable. It's quite peaceful, quite relaxing. The soundtrack is soothing. It's just a nice, calm puzzle. I'm going to give this game a solid 8 out of 10 for puzzle games as far as what's been out recently, especially with the price and, the achievements aren't overly impossible. They'll just take you some time to progress through all the levels. But aside from that, guys, if you have any questions about Persephone, please let us know down in the comments. If you want to know more about the game, see more guides, if you do pick the game up and get down to the final plant boss and don't want to kill him and complete that level, we have a guide up on the channel for that, as well as gameplay and some other footage we'll might upload later down the road. But outside of that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your day. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.